So after spending like the last few days watching Deadlyslob play my summer car and just laughing my ass off at a lot of the moments in this game, it made me want to actually try it myself. This game originally came out in 2016 and it's still apparently in early access. I really hate when games stay in early access for this long, over 6 years. Like, that's just insane to me. But we're not going to talk about that right now. It's only $15 on Steam, and I'm really surprised in the amount of detail in this game, especially since it's about 800 megabytes. It's crazy that there's so much detail in this game, not only with the way you build your car, but also with the world. The map is huge. And there's a lot of things to do in this world, like working a bunch of different jobs. There's apparently a crime system. I haven't seen that yet, where you get sent to jail. There's the stores where you can buy supplies, which this game has a survival element to it, where you're trying to make sure that you don't go hungry, you don't go thirsty, and you're getting enough rest so that you don't just die of fatigue, basically. So it's almost like playing like a life simulator of a dude that's just trying to build his car, and that's it. That's pretty much the objective of the entire game. And when it comes to building the car, I was not expecting this much detail. Literally, you're building the entire engine from scratch. It's insane the level of detail they went into with this thing. I feel like I'm actually learning how to build a car in real life by looking at this. And I don't know anything about cars, which if you're going to be getting into this game, there's a few things you really need to know. First off, I like to recommend Sentennial's video on how to build the car from scratch. He goes into detail and does it as fast as possible. I really appreciate what he did here with this, because without this guide, I probably wouldn't be able to build this car. I'm just telling you that right now. Also, there is lots of mod support in this game, so you can install a bunch of things to fix whatever you feel like you're struggling with. Like, for example, the map mod, so you can have like a mini map on there. You can get bag space, because apparently you can only hold one item at a time, which is really silly. So the only time you're able to have like multiple things inside of a bag is if you go to like the supermarket and you buy a bunch of things, and then they'll give you a bag basically. But it's really clunky the way they put that together, so it's nice to have mods to fix those issues basically. But once you get past those little obstacles, basically the game it breathes so much life, like especially with the way the interactions are with the other people in the town. Like, you can throw the middle finger at them and they'll get upset with you. They'll have moments where, like, if you get like completely smash drunk, you'll have this guy come by and he's apparently your cousin. And he'll pick you up in the car, but he's also drunk himself. So you got to watch out with the way he's driving, because he can drive a little too crazy and get you killed in the process. So like, it's really, there's interesting moments like this that just make the game so much fun and really unpredictable. Like, you never know what you're going to get into next, basically. It's almost like playing the video game of Jackass on top of playing like a ultimate simulator of building a car at the same time. It's just so weird. It's such a weird game. So now that I got some of the positives out of the way, I do got to mention some of the bad things. Like, for example, of course the graphics look terrible, so you got to get over that. On top of this, when you don't have your car built, it's really difficult to get around. There's no fast traveling in this game, which I don't mind. It doesn't bother me a whole lot, because this is supposed to be more of a simulator, so I get it. You have to actually get to the town and get back home. But there's a lot of moments where it gets cumbersome, especially when you're dealing with death. For example, you get teleported to the church that's near the town. And in order to get back home, you need to either take the bus or hitch a ride from your cousin, like I was mentioning earlier. And these two things can take a really long time to track all the way around the whole entire place to get to your house. So it will take you like almost a half an hour to get to your house from the town. Like, it's really, really tedious sometimes when it comes to that. The vehicle handling can be kind of wonky at times, so that could end up being the moments where you're just driving down a road, you've been driving for like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you lose control of your car, and then boom, you're dead. And then you start at the church again, and then it just starts all over. So like, those moments just make it really, really terrible. On top of this, like I mentioned, you can't hold multiple items on you like by default unless you download a mod. So you'll have these really tedious moments of like grabbing like packs of cigarettes and beers and all sorts of stuff that you want to use to like maintain your sanity, basically your whole meter system. And you have to take these things individually one by one and put them inside your car. And that is really annoying. In real life, we get backpacks, we get bags that we can carry and stuff all the time. So like, I don't understand why they haven't implemented that in the core game. Instead, we have to do it through modding. But then again, it's an early access game that's been in early access for 6 years, you know? So I guess we could just blame it on that. Also, navigating the world through the base game without having like that map add-on is almost impossible. Like, it will take you so long to understand and remember roads and know where the hell you're going, because the first hour that I spent playing this game, I just was completely lost, just roaming around the forest because I didn't know where the hell I was going. You know, so you're going to have a lot of moments of this if you play the core game without mods. So that's why I recommend downloading mods like the minimap mod, just so you can understand where the hell you're going, or at least know what to do, because this game doesn't guide you at all. It just like lets you do whatever you want to do. And the main objective is for you to build this car. But if you don't know anything about cars and you're not trying to look at guides, then you're never going to build this damn car. It's just going to stay in the driveway forever. And you're just going to have engine parts all over your garage, basically. So this game is definitely not for everybody, that's for sure. Overall though, I gotta say that this is a really charming game. There's just something really cool about just living this guy's life and seeing what kind of stuff you're gonna get into next, especially when it comes to interacting with the people in the towns. And then also just like the funny things they did with the language. I didn't know that this is all in Finnish. I think I pronounced it right. So they're going to be speaking in that language. And then like it has little translations in English to read it. But it's still really hilarious to listen to some of the conversations, especially when it comes to like somebody just calling you on the phone at your house. Oh, hold on. Let's get this phone call before I go. I tried to call everybody. Please, can you pick me up at the pub and drive me home?
Jos minä tässä itse lähden, en tiedä oikeastaan mihin suuntaan tää lähtee, niin tuleeko sinä kyyvi heittämään minun kotiin? Kyllä minä maksan perkeleesti sulle kyllä. Ole mulla muuta.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, just because I just really enjoy this game right now. All right, but thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.